Man, this is not how I wanted to start Season 8. You know, there's an old saying that goes, if everyone's rich, no one is. And that same logic applies to Fortnite Creative in the sense that if everyone's featured, no one is. I'm not mad. I'm really not. This is not going to be another anger video like the one that I posted a couple weeks ago. Well, it was going to be, but it's not now. I was going to get on here and yell and curse and say a whole bunch of really bad things. I'm probably still going to say really bad things, but there's not going to be as much yelling or cursing. A couple days ago, I was extremely frustrated. Like, it was really bad. For those of you who were in my party, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't even like doing this style of video. I like doing tutorials and walkthroughs and gameplays and whatnot, but this will be the last style of this video for a while, hopefully, so just bear with me. Anyway, one day I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw all of these creators who weren't posting about how much they were featured and whatnot. I saw all of them getting accepted for having maps on the Discover page. I was like, man, all these people are gonna have their maps on Discover page. I see a couple creators with 4, 5, 6, 7 maps on the Discover page. Let me try to count how many maps are quote-unquote featured. So I pulled up the Discover tab and I scrolled all the way down to Roleplay. For whatever reason, I went down to Roleplay. I don't know why I wanted to start at the bottom, but I started scrolling to the right and look what I found. If you scroll far enough over, you will land on this map right here. Now, if you remember, I actually played this map a while back on this channel. I recorded a gameplay walkthrough of it, but that is not what this is about. For those of you who don't know, I made a Cartoon Cat map, and Cartoon Cat is a creature made by the creator, Trevor Henderson. And while that may be true, so is Cartoon Dog. If you guys don't believe me, I actually am on the Roleplay tab, and it's just right here, just sitting right there as a featured map in Fortnite Creative, and does no one see a problem with this? One of the requirements on the feature submission page is that your work is ultimately your own. It's your own creation, it's your own idea, it's your own concept, it's your own work. Not only is Cartoon Dog not AFK Venom's work, but I'm almost positive it's either licensed to Trevor Henderson or copyright material. And if that was true, that means not only did Epic feature something that was not his work, but they featured copyright/licensed material, which is illegal. Now, I know that the Discover tab is like the lowest of low in terms of being featured. Like, if you have a map on Discover tab, it is as not special as it could possibly be. But even still, if you look at the emails for the Discover submissions, they say could be featured in the Discover section of whatever. Not sure exactly how it goes, but you get the gist of it. Now, that's not even the worst part. We all know that for probably over a year now, being featured has meant less and less and less and less and less. It almost means nothing to be a featured creator because it looks like they're featuring literally everything now. It does not matter if your map is good. It does not matter if your map is original. It does not matter if your map even works. They're featuring it. But you know what the worst part about all of this nonsense is? The worst thing about this new BS system that they have in place to try and quote-unquote show off more content. If you remember my other anger video, you'll know that Geometrical Ascension got denied for being a quote-unquote one-to-one recreation of Octagonal Ascension, as in I had third-party content and I couldn't have it featured for that reason. Not only was that a ridiculously absurd claim for them to make, and it was nowhere close to a one-to-one, but Cartoon Dog is a literal horror fiction character that exists in our actual world. I mean, if we're talking about third-party one-to-one content, having a featured Cartoon Dog map is exactly that. So the fact that my map got denied for being similar to third-party content and his map gets featured for being a literal copy of a horror creature that exists just blows my mind. I'm starting to get angry again, and I'm gonna simmer down a little bit because it's just reminding me of how ridiculously absurd and broken Epic's feature system has been and continues to be. There's no reason to claim that you have these so-called standards if literally you don't follow them by any means at all for any of the check marks. Because now what we're seeing is your content doesn't have to be original, it doesn't have to be your own idea, it doesn't have to look good, it doesn't have to work well, it doesn't have to be playable, it doesn't have to be catered to your standards. It just has to be there. Of course, for me, if I say the word medication, as you know, we can't feature that, but you copy a character that was already made by Trevor Henderson, oh yeah, we'll feature that, no problem. Throw it right in. And of course, no one is actually willing to talk about how awful this is, especially a lot of the bigger creators. If this is your job, you're gonna do everything in your power to kiss as much ass. Like, you have to cater to them so much. Like I said before, no one is actually willing to talk about it out of fear of backlash they might receive from the community. But I am as low as it gets. There are so many people in the Twitter and Discord community that already hate me, I couldn't care less. And the same goes for Epic Games. Your self-proclaimed standards are not a thing. Even if a Discover tab feature is not even nearly as influential as an island feature or a portal feature or a matchmaking feature, it's disturbing actually. I'm sure I had other stuff to say, but I can't think right now. I'm angry again, and I hope you guys can actually see why when content that is literally a copy of something that already exists gets featured, and my stuff gets denied when it's not copied and when it's slightly offensive because of everyday words. I'm actually so glad that I'm not going to be trying to have featured content anymore, because it's literally a joke now. Like, it doesn't mean anything anymore. I'm actually ashamed to say I'm a part of the featured creator community, because this is what people are going to think of now when they hear that. I mean, why do you think I didn't submit Cartoon Cat and Siren Head? Because the standards said that it had to be your own work, and I knew that that wasn't my own work. It was just a glorification of something that already existed, so I knew it wasn't meant to be featured in this game because it'd be illegal. And even if it's not illegal, it's not your own work and it shouldn't be featured. I don't know, guys, this is my last anger video. I'm sorry for posting these, but it has to be said and no one else is willing to talk about it. But anyway, guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, this has been Syntax. Later.